Hey, it's Geek Public Radio right here on geekpublicradio.com. I am Topher, and with me, as usual, is Crazy Chris. We're talking a little bit about the rumors that Daredevil, the people who are doing Daredevil Born Again are actually doing what the fans want and bringing back some people. But
Lies.
before we get into that, head over to Geek Public Radio. Check out geekpublicradio.com. Check out all of the stuff that we do, the podcast, all of the other stuff, videos, you name it, they're up there, articles, everything. Go there, check it out.
And if you happen to be watching this on the YouTubes, make sure you like and subscribe. Like Topher said, I am Crazy Chris. I hope everybody's having an excellent day, and I hope you guys are enjoying your new year. I know that Topher and I are. We are renovating the studio once again because that's just what we do. We are incapable, or I should say primarily he is incapable of sitting still for 5 minutes and letting things rest, but it is always an improvement. Man, everything looks good in here. Chris, or Topher, how the heck are you, man?
Not too bad. Been busy.
Clearly. I just told the people that. Everything looks good in here, man. Yeah, we've got some great stuff to talk about. We got some more exciting videos coming up this week too, man. So you guys make sure you keep tuning in. Ring the little subscribe bell or the little notification bell. Make sure you give it a little ring-a-ling-a-dingy so you guys are notified every single time that we drop a video just like this one. We're bringing you all the latest and greatest culture news as far as geek is concerned. So make sure you guys check it out. So let's get into it, man. Daredevil Born Again. Looks like they're going to be bringing back Foggy Nelson and Karen Page. What do you think?
What it says, according to insider named Jeff Sneider, and we got this from geekytyrant.com. It says, look like they're bringing them back and, to reprise their roles of Foggy Nelson and Karen. What was Karen? Page. I was looking at, I've seen Deborah Woll, but I totally spaced her character name. It's not been confirmed yet. However, it is being talked about an awful lot, and they're talking about going back since Daredevil. It makes kind of sense since Daredevil, they had the whole thing shot.
Yeah.
Everything was done. And then they went, no. Pulled everything back in, recut, reshooting, redoing all of this stuff. And, it's been, they have been seen on,
You have no idea how bad it is. And seen. But yeah, looks like that the plan is to bring them back. Part of me feels like this is a fan service article and it's simply for the fans.
It might be
something to be speculative, but if it's true and this is genuine from the creators of Daredevil Born Again, or specifically this insider Jeff Sneider, having Deborah Woll and Elden Henson come back to reprise their roles of Foggy Nelson and Karen Page would be awesome. I would love both those things. I think you can't really tell a great Daredevil story without including the people that help support him in the background. And what those two characters do for me, especially Foggy Nelson. I mean, so much of Daredevil's conscience is rooted in Foggy Nelson, right?
Well, I mean, the fact that they've already said that they're bringing back Barenthal as Punisher.
Oh, how much of a mistake would that be to leave him off the roster?
Right. I mean, so the idea was, it was originally rumored that the series was going to open up with the death of Froggy.
I hope that's not true.
He was going to he'd die off screen, and he was dealing with the ramifications.
They'll bring him back as Bullseye just to piss us off.
But the idea,
they'll have Karen Page be Elektra. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No,
I have no faith in Netflix anymore. I have no faith. Or Disney.
It's Disney. It's not the Netflix. So, but yeah, so I don't know. I like the idea of them coming back. Everybody was, as soon as that was announced that they were going to die off screen and he was going to be dealing with that. Everybody was like, "Ooh, no, bad move. No, stop." So, yes, it could be a fan service article, but it makes sense the way they pulled to re-edit and reshoot. You know what I mean? Like
I can see some of that coming. It's going to be directors Justin Benson and Aaron Moorhead, who both have the film, or rather the series credits of Moon Knight and Loki under their belt.
Right.
Which, if anybody has watched those shows, knows that one of their favorite things to do is subversiveness. Right. It's always what you don't expect, and a lot of times they'll tailor it back and they'll roll it back into something that makes sense for the series. So I could see the death of Foggy Nelson being something that Daredevil has to deal with in this series. And then episode 8, all of a sudden, Foggy's not dead. Oh!
Well, no, like he shouldn't. He is a character, like him dying. That can, I mean, whatever. That can happen.
Yeah, that's happened in a comic iteration. It has happened.
How about not having it done off screen?
Yeah,
have it happen as a repercussion of what Matt is doing.
Very specifically having him dealing with somebody like Bullseye, who doesn't miss.
Right.
And then having him be aware of the fact that, maybe he thought, oh, Daredevil's like, oh, he's aiming at me. So he jumps out of the way. Well, no, the whole time he was aiming at Foggy.
Right.
Right. Like just intentionally trying to kill his best friend. It kind of stuff like that that's extremely deep as far as like a villain backstory is concerned too. It's
right.
I'm trying to hurt you.
Yeah. Like have it be something where it serves a purpose other than causing everything's pain in the beginning. No, like everything can be great in the beginning. Like he's finally scored himself away and something he does causes it.
Yeah.
And he's got to deal with that.
Consequences.
But do it on screen.
Well, I mean, we know how Hollywood works, and it works in the worst ways possible. And a lot of times with series like this, I have good hopes for it. I do. Loki and Moon Knight were both exceptional. I thought they were actually probably, as far as Disney series were concerned,
I like really Moon good. Knight.
I like Moon Knight a lot more than I like Loki, to be honest.
Loki season 1 was good.
I haven't watched a lot of the second season. I tried.
Season 2,
I couldn't get through it. It's like, meh.
No, I got through it, and I'm just trying to figure out what they're setting up because it's in a weird spot. Like,
well, it's just like WandaVision. I watched, I think, 4 episodes of WandaVision, or however.
Right, but 5 and 6 actually started making everything else.
Yeah, nope, still just didn't care. You have 2 episodes to get my attention.
Well,
I gave that one way more than the benefit.
Right, but that's the thing in like modern streaming services, it doesn't, because they are so slow paced in certain spots.
Yeah,
that it literally you have to give it until like 5 or 6.
I don't have to do anything
for everything to make sense because they'll drop all of this stuff and then they'll tie it up.
Witcher took 1 episode. The Witcher took 1 episode. Had my attention.
I liked up until season 3.
Daredevil 1 episode had my attention. Punisher 1 episode had my attention.
Right.
Moon Knight 2 episodes had my attention. Like first episode I was like, where are you guys going? And second episode I was like, okay, cool.
I'm thinking of stuff like Mind Hunters on Netflix. It took me episode 4 before because I was literally done. And my buddy was like, no, watch 1 more. And then I binged the rest of the season after I got through that one.
Which, and this is the thing too, like I said, Loki season 1, as you mentioned, it was good. I liked it. Episode 2 or 3, I was like, oh, okay, this is pretty entertaining. Moon Knight, episode 2, I was like, this is really entertaining. Then it gets to season 2 Loki, and I was like, what? Okay, we're just,
what?
No, I don't have to. I literally do not have time for this. If I'm going to binge something, you need to catch my attention, right? Great example, Twisted Metal. You guys haven't watched the series yet. I know a lot of fanboys that are Twisted Metal fans are like, oh, this is stupid. There's no such thing as canon lore in Twisted Metal. And if you think that there is, you just don't pay attention to Twisted Metal at all because
they changed it.
They changed it in every single game. And you can't have more than 1 winner. So the characters from the first game, all of them but one, all of them died. If you want to go by canon, all of them died. So there are no repeat characters. But as a prequel, I was like, you know what? This is entertaining. I like the take on the genre. I liked the humor. It was funny. It was engaging. Episode 2, I was hooked. I had binged it all the way through. It was great.
I think it was a pretty interesting way to go between having Samoa Joe play the
Sweet Tooth,
but then have
Will Arnett
play
his voice. Yeah, it was awesome. Those two together, and you can tell when they shot it too. Just from we're going to nerd out for a second about movies and TV because we know how these things work. You can tell that Joe was speaking all of those lines, but they just dubbed over Will Arnett's voice.
I mean, the mask, it literally made
moving and stuff.
It made it easy. Like, so you see his face moving, but you're not seeing like, so the words don't even have to line up. You just see as long as
the mask is moving when he's moving his mouth. Yeah, it was, and I thought it was good. I laughed my ass off watching that show. I was like, I honestly can't wait for season 2. I think it's gonna be even better. But it was funny. I was watching it with the girl that I'm dating currently, and her response was, she's like, I don't know, I think Sweet Tooth is my favorite character right now. I just kind of looked over at her and I was like, I don't know if this bodes good or bad for me, but we have some Halloween ideas though. I'll just put it out there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. But anyways, back to Daredevil Born Again. Like I said, with the directors that are involved, I have some high hopes. I think this will be a good thing. I agree with you. Killing Foggy Nelson on screen will have a much greater impact. And plus, you give the fans a chance to say goodbye, right? I know that doesn't make a lot of sense because it's fictional, but you give...
It's more impactful on the fans if they see
100%. I mean, if you look at shows like Grey's Anatomy and Law and Order and things like that, and Criminal Minds, when you give people the opportunity to say goodbye to a character, some of those episodes are like the most watched episodes because you're allowing.
Oh my God, did you see this?
Right.
And
you're allowing people to talk about it. So just from a design standpoint, from a storytelling standpoint, give your fans the opportunity to say goodbye to their characters. Is Foggy Nelson somebody's favorite character? Probably. Is it everybody's? No. Do we watch the show for Daredevil? Yeah. But give us a chance to say goodbye, right?
Right.
Do it on screen. I think that's a good idea. Or subvert all of our expectations and kill Karen Page. Just throw a wrench into every fan theory.
Or you kill Matt Murdock and Froggy becomes Daredevil.
Yes, give me something crazy, man. I don't know how I'd feel about that, to be honest. But or Foggy Nelson jumps in front of the bullet, takes one to the head, right, to save Matt Murdock. And then we think he's dead, but he didn't actually die. The bullet didn't actually kill him. It just made him deaf. And he could be the new Echo. All right, guys, let us know in the comment section below what you guys think about this. Are you guys excited for the return of Foggy Nelson and Karen Page in the same actors and actress reprising their roles as those characters? Do you guys not want to see them? Let us know what you guys think.
You think it's a bunch of hot air?
Yeah. Do you guys think this is BS? And maybe Geeky Tyrant is just post and clickbait. We don't know. It's all speculation. That's what we do. We like it.
But that's why we picked it, because you know what? It would give us a chance to talk about and figure out what would we do?
And this is exactly what we would do.
On that note, I am Topher.
I'm Crazy Chris.
We will see you in the next video.
You guys stay geeky. We'll stay cheeky.